The Great Rift has torn the Emperor's realm cleanly in two. Ancient alien empires rise from the ashes of prehistory to claw at the dying stars. Predatory nightmares boil from the outer darkness, while everywhere the veil of reality wears thin, and the flames of war rise ever higher. Day by day, battle upon battle, the galaxy careens ever closer to total annihilation. From among the growing anarchy and prophecies of a final ending rise those who would deny the last darkness, and in so doing, seize victory for themselves. Greatest among these is Abaddon the Despoiler. Forging an infernal pact with a dread new ally, he unleashes the mighty Arks of Omen and their rapacious battle fleets upon the Imperium Sanctus and the Imperium Nihilus alike. Striking at world after world, the Arks ignite fresh conflagrations of war everywhere their shadows fall. Humans, Xenos, and even Abaddon's heretical rivals fight back against these nightmare war fleets wherever they can. But there is a darker and more insidious purpose to these attacks of the Arks of the Omen, and time is not their ally. What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and today I'm here to talk about Warhammer 40K. So in recent days, we've gotten a little bit more information, more lore, more inklings into what exactly is going on in the newest bit of lore for the Warhammer 40K timeline. This is the newest lore, and it is pretty crazy because it includes Abaddon and the demigod Vashtor the Archifane working together to get fragments of a key that will unlock a great power. So this is all going to be found within the new Arks of Omen Abaddon, I guess you can call it. I mean, it is what it is. It's like a rule book with new types of ways to play the game, new rules, new I think it's called like boarding actions and stuff like that. So it's basically the newest way to play Warhammer 40K without diving into a new edition. And within the bounds of this tome, which there will be 4 in the series, we'll see what exactly the lore shapes up to be, and it seems to be something pretty game-changing. Usually when new lore comes out in like campaign books and stuff like that, yeah, it progresses the timeline forward, but there's no real overall arcing ramifications that affect the galaxy overall. This, I don't believe, will be the case. Especially with the new demigod Vashtor, this is going to really change and shape the galaxy in a pretty interesting way. How, why, where, we'll find out once these books come out, which the first one I believe comes out in about a week on the 14th. So with that being said, we've got the first arc coming out. After that we have another one with Vashtor, or actually no, the next one is Angron. So we'll see Angron and his World Eaters come out and see what awesome battles they bring. Did Angron indeed kill the Commissar Yarrick? Will the orcs be involved? What exactly will be going on there? And then in the third Arks of Omen campaign book, we will see Vashtor the Archifane probably ascend to become a god, and how that's going to change up the galaxy. And then there's one more, the 4th and final book, before I believe we get into 10th edition. So with this last one, it is a secret, but it's got to be something huge, something pretty big, pretty epic. Speaking of pretty big, pretty epic stuff, with the overall, I guess you can call it, storyline of the Arks of Omen, they're basically trying to get a silver key, and it's been split apart into fragments. These fragments are all spread across the universe, well, I guess the galaxy, and there are some in the warp and some in real space, and Abaddon has been using his fleets to get these fragments so that they can create the silver key and unleash a piece of power. This power will be weaponized. So is it a literal weapon? Is it some type of way for Vashtor to ascend, and then Abaddon will have a literal god on his side? We'll have to wait and see. Like I said, this book isn't out yet. However, certain 40K YouTube channels have gotten the book early for review, so I recommend you guys check out the other channels to see what exactly is going on here. But this video will focus on theories, and my theory is what exactly will it mean for the 40k universe once Vashdor ascends into godhood? Because we've seen an ascension when it comes to the Primarchs attaining demonhood, apotheosis, and they're essentially demigods when they were Primarchs, and now they're more than that. But I wouldn't say they're on the level of like gods like Khorne, Slanesh, Tzeentch, Nurgle. The closest thing to that, I guess we could have said, was Horus, since he did have all 4 of their powers in him, but so has Be'lakor. And we've seen that Be'lakor has been indeed changing and shaping the way of civilizations throughout time. He's been praised as a god, he's had his own shadow army being built, but he never really did anything to kind of warrant a ascension to godhood. He's been close, but not quite there. And clearly we saw that the Horus Heresy started, the Emperor was interred on the Golden Throne, but this was not enough to elevate Horus, a Primarch, to godhood. So what exactly is going on here with Vashdor? He seems to be the demigod of technology and innovation and stuff like that. So what makes him a better candidate for godhood than Be'lakor or Horus himself, or I guess you could even argue Abaddon currently? That's going to be pretty interesting to see what these keys are. How does that work and tie in with the warp and chaos and all that stuff? And what exactly does this mean for the Imperium? Chaos has always been a thorn in their side, and it's always, for me, it seems like Chaos should have won. They always seem to have the advantage, but somehow, some way, the Imperium pushes them back, delays the inevitable, and once Vashdor completes his apotheosis, the only other thing I feel that would counter this is the Emperor achieving apotheosis and truly becoming a god. Whether it means his physical body dies off and he becomes the God Emperor as a warp being, or maybe his physical body dies and since he is a perpetual comes back and basically is a vessel in real space for his warp entity to possess, then he could be a threat both in the warp and here in the material plane. Too many theories are out there. Like, what exactly are your thoughts on here? If you guys have seen other YouTubers talk about the Arks of Omen and Abaddon looking into basically a bunch of different war zones, there's been hints into Fulgrim coming back. Fulgrim has indeed been seen fighting in these war zones, and apparently Abaddon is not happy because Fulgrim's doing his own thing. He's not working alongside Abaddon. However, it seems that maybe Angron is, which we'll see more into that when the next novel comes out. So, what are your thoughts on this, guys? Are you excited for these new lore implications for the Arks of Omen campaign books? And let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think the Silver Key is? Do you think Vashdor will ascend into a true god and not just a demigod? And what does that mean for the Imperium at large? Thanks again for listening. Thanks again for watching, subscribing, commenting, and sharing with all your friends. As always, this has been The Sound Alchemist, part of the One Mind Syndicate, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.